Hi, it's Debbie Williams here, and today I'm going to talk about obsessional thinking. I had an email from somebody recently who had got this line of thinking of what if, and he'd watched a video of a blind man who was blinking quite a bit, and from that point on he started noticing his own blinking, and then he linked that to, oh, this is happening more and more. I hope this doesn't carry on blinking. And the more he thought about it, the more he blinked. And then he wrote in the email, what do you think about this blinking problem? Because I'm thinking that I'm going to be having this blinking problem for the rest of my life, because now I can't stop thinking about it. Now, if you've gone into that, please don't go down that pattern. All that's happened is the focus has been on the thing that you don't want. And it's like me saying, don't think of the colour blue. Blue is there, and you have to go, get the blue out. And to undo patterns like this, the easiest way is to switch into the opposite of what you want. So rather than thinking of blue, start thinking of yellow, and keep all your focus on yellow, so you train your mind to go into that direction rather than the blue. So rather than the blinking, it would become a problem for the rest of your life if you keep obsessing about it. But if you change your thought pattern to saying to your mind, yes, I want to be obsessed about getting my life in balance and being happy and leading a wonderful life, that's a good thing to be obsessed about, as long as you do it in a way that's ethical and that supports other people. So having those caveats in there. So setting a goal for yourself, well, I want to be happy, healthy and enjoy my life, and thinking, well, what would I need to do that? What would I need to do for my health? Well, maybe I need to stop eating, so much fast food. So what do I want instead? Well, what if I did a plan for myself to eat healthier foods? What else do I want in my life? Well, I'm not happy in my job. Okay, so what job would I be happy in? Well, I'd love to do this. What do I need to do to achieve that? Do I need to go back to college? Do I need to study? Do I need to do X, Y, and Z? So you start asking your obsessional questions, but focusing on solutions. See, obsessional thinking isn't a bad thing. It's the outcome that you have in your mind that causes the problems. I'm very OCD, which makes me very successful at what I set my mind to. I also could do the negative thinking, and I can see a little bit of that in my son, that I'm gradually sort of changing direction for him so that he leads a happy, healthy, wonderful life by gaining mastery over his own mind. So setting some goals for yourself of what you want and being equally as focused in that, rather than paying attention to the blinking problem or whatever it is that you're obsessing about. It was interesting, I had a golfer who came to me who said, I have a problem with yipping. And at the time I thought, what the heck's that? And it's when they're just about to hit the golf ball, then all of a sudden something goes, ugh, and it sends it off in a different direction. He'd had this problem for about 3 years. And he bought every single book there is on it. And I said, well, the first thing I want you to do is throw away those books, because it's focusing on the problem. What you want instead is to see yourself walking off the golf course at the end of the game with a smile on your face that lets you know that you played a good game. And for him, what I did as well, I thought, well, rather than trying to face this problem and overcome it, I thought, who has the skills to succeed and doesn't have this problem? And so for the next month, I said, when you go on the golf course, I don't want you to play a game. I want you to step into the shoes of the person you admire. And he was an older golfer, and I think it was Seve Ballesteros or something. And maybe not, but somebody from that generation. And so all you need to do is, when you go to play your golf, step into that person's shoes, stand the way you imagine they stand, see how they see out their mind's eye, how they talk to themselves, how they hold their physiology. And that's what you need to be totally focusing on. And as you allow yourself to gain the insight, as you literally are inside the mind and body of that person, you allow him to take the shot and you carry on. And the only thing you need to be focused on is making sure you stay in that person's shoes. And he came back a month later and he said he'd had the best month of golf and he'd only had 2 yips, and that was when he'd floated back into his own mindset and did his habitual obsessional pattern of, oh my God, what if I yip? And of course he yipped, so to speak, and he did this wobbly thing. And so again, if you're obsessing about something, think about what do you want instead and set that goal. And the technique I just said there about stepping into somebody else's shoes, who do you know who's happy in their mind yet successful and gets things done? And what if, you know, for the next month you parked your problem and you imagine going to work, stepping into the shoes of perhaps somebody you know who's a great communicator. And these can be as big a person as you want. You know, it could be Nelson Mandela, it could be Gandhi. And just imagine stepping into their persona and imagining how they would handle this situation. It gives you an alternative viewpoint to your own way of doing it, and that gives you choice. And the more you practice somebody who's got the skill set that you'd like to have, the more you train yourself, like going to the gym, of building up that muscle and realising that, you know, sometimes our brain has a thought, but that's all it is. It's not gospel. It wasn't written down as one of the 10 commandments. But when you have that thought and then you link other thoughts and you link other thoughts and you link other thoughts with the what if, and what if this happens, something bad, and what if that happens, something even worse, and what if I have it for the rest of my life? Oh my goodness, you're hypnotising yourself in the wrong direction. And again, if you click the link below, you'll be able to download my free recording, Stop Worrying, Create a Wonderful Life. Now, this certainly wouldn't cure OCD, because OCD needs some time and effort on your part to focus in the direction of what you want. But if you download this, you'll get that for free. You'll also get my monthly coaching email, which has questions of, well, what do I want to achieve this month? What did I achieve last month? And if you set the big goal of being happy, that will start to open the files in your mind of, well, what would make me happy? And if you think, well, I'd be happy if I didn't think about this blinking problem or whatever it is, you're still thinking about it. You're still doing the colour blue. So I'd be happy if I could think of yellow. I'd be happy if I was calmer every day of my life and I just felt happier. Yeah, set that goal and then things will start to come into mind. Oh, I remember I used to go horse riding. I always felt happy doing that. I remember I used to go bike riding. I used to feel happy being out in the countryside. And you start to pull in threads that will be able to knit together to create a wonderful life for yourself. Great talking to you today. Bye now.